Hey, welcome back to the show. So, last week I went to brunch with some friends at this place right here in Chicago in what we call Fulton Market, and it's called Beatrice. Now, Beatrice, we had some really good food, but the one thing that stood out to me, they had a cinnamon roll, this giant cinnamon roll that was like to die for. And I just had to recreate the cinnamon roll because I'm craving it. I'm craving it. I know I'm doing keto, but I deserve a little treat, right? Yeah, right. So that's what we're doing today. We're doing giant cinnamon roll. And it is absolutely, you know what? Instead of talking about it, that's right, let's get to it. Welcome back. So the first thing we are going to do, we're going to add 1 cup of water. 1 cup of milk. And we want this milk warm. We want it about 95 degrees because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add yeast to this. And this is active dry yeast. And so we want to stir this, and we are going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. And after those 10 minutes, we should have some activation going. Our yeast should start bubbling, and we're ready for the next step. So I'll be right back. So we're back. We have bubbles forming in our yeast and milk. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add a couple of eggs to this. And we are going to whisk this together. So after we whisk this together, I'm gonna have to grab the mixer because I'm not doing this by hand, I'm doing it in the mixer. By all means, you can do it by hand if you want to, but nah, not for me. So we have our mixer all ready. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour my liquid into here. And then I have 4 cups of flour. I have 3/4 cups of sugar. And I have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We are going to whisk this together. Get it all incorporated. Then we are going to turn this on low, and we are going to start adding our flour mixture to here slowly. And what we're going to do, we are going to let this just mix until it's a nice smooth dough. So this is nice and incorporated. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of softened butter to this. And we're going to let this mix until it becomes a nice smooth dough. And so our dough is sliding right off this hook, just how we like it. That is perfect. So I'm going to pour down some flour, and I am going to let this hit my table. It's already nice and smooth, so the only thing I want to do, get a nice ball. There we go. We got a nice smooth ball. And the way you know this is done is when you hit it and it bounces back. See how that? Just tap it and it bounces back. Lets you know that we have that gluten in there and we are ready for the next step. And so the next thing we are going to do, we are going to spray this and with just a little, and we're going to sit this in here, and we are going to put a towel over this, and we are going to let this sit for about 1.5 hours until it doubles in size. So while we are waiting on our dough to rise, we're going to add 1 pound of salted butter And to this, we're going to add 3/4 cups of sugar and 1 tablespoon, 1 1/4 tablespoons of cinnamon. And what we're going to do, we're going to mix this. Now this is going to be our filling for our cinnamon rolls. We want to mix this really, really good. And so now that we have this all mixed, the only thing left to do is wait for our dough to rise and we'll be ready to go. So our dough has doubled in size. And so what we're going to do, we are going to remove our plastic wrap and we are going to punch this down. We want to punch this down and then we're going to flour our surface a little. We're going to let that come out. We're going to take our roller and we're going to begin to roll this out. Now we want to roll this out in a square. So you want to take it and try to form that nice rectangle. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our mixture and we're just going to spread this on. And we want to hit every angle of this. And so after we have our icing, our filling all spread out, you want to cut these in about 2-inch pieces. And then what we're going to do, we are going to roll this nice and tight. Just like that. We're going to sit it there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to let these proof one more time. So we're going to cover these up. That way no air gets in them. Once they proof, we'll be back. Okay, our cinnamon rolls have been proofing for about 45 minutes. We are going to take a look at them. And they have actually doubled in size. These look absolutely delicious. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to put these in a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. And at that point, we are going to take these out. And while these are in the oven, we're going to make our frosting for these. So we'll be right back. So we're going to use about 4 ounces of whipped cream cheese. And to this, I'm going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar. And we are going to mix this around. And you know what? What the hell? Let's add all of it. So we have our cream cheese. It's nice and fluffy. And it's good. And I'm going to add it back to here. And we'll hold this. And this will be our frosting. And there we go. Taste it again. That is delicious. And we are back, and I'm telling you, these look absolutely amazing. These are giant cinnamon rolls. So what we're going to do, they're still nice and warm. So what we're going to do, we're going to scoop just like that. Scoop a dollop of icing on each one of them. A nice heap. And then we are going to just spread that across the top and just let it melt over on it. Oh my goodness. Let's see which one I want. I want this one right here on the end. Oh my goodness, this smells amazing. And now for the taste test. Still piping hot. Here we go. Oh. Oh my goodness, people. When I tell you that this is freaking amazing, this is freaking amazing. That crunch, and it's soft on the inside. You got that crispy outside, and that softness on the inside, and this cream cheese. Oh my goodness. It just works. Like, I'm telling you, you have to try these. But hey, I'm about to smash. I'm about to grab me a cup of coffee with this and have some fun. And I'm just going to enjoy this, sit and watch a movie or something and just enjoy this. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you joining me. And as always, if you can do me a favor, hit that like, that share, and that subscribe, and smack that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on the next video that's coming out. And until then, thanks for joining me, and happy eating. Peace out.